Greetings and welcome back to the Dicey Cantina. I'm Andrew, your host, joined by the intrepid Mark and AJ and our special guest, Crystal. This is Hop Company, where once a month we play the games that we wanted to play and haven't gotten to yet. This month is episode 3 of Wanderhome, guided by Mark. It's guided, not GM'd, right?
Yep, that's
So,
right.
Who wants to give us the summary of what happened last time? Can anyone remember?
I can do it.
Okay.
Yay!
So last time our three wanderers found themselves in the forest/port town of Port Bellows. The top half of the town was well forested and filled with little bluish purple violets growing everywhere. And down the cliff there was a busy port town filled with boats and traders and people going about their business. Let's see, the three met a very nice first they met a very feral friend, Magnus the wildcat, who showed them around town a little bit. And they headed down to the docks where they met Virginia, who they latched onto pretty quickly. The trio, let's see.
There was a barn.
Bill ran into an old friend, Bruce, who was also a soldier, and the two caught up a little bit.
What was he? Do you remember?
Bruce was a basilisk.
That's
a
right.
lizard with a crest. So the group spent the night chatting with Bruce and Magnus and their new friend Virginia before heading out after a bit of a Pied Piper, a spider monkey named Laramie, who dazzled hope at the show. And Aldo walked Virginia home, back up to the forest, back up the cliff, and ran into a pronghorn that they were warned about. Alex, a witch. And Aldo was cursed.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
How do we
And
know about that? What happened exactly there? Oh, he was like acting weird in the hotel after or something.
Alex pointed out a bit of a personality flaw of Aldo's, and something that he has not dealt with. And I think Aldo denied it, which Alex decided to maybe do something about until Aldo addressed his flaw.
I don't remember
What flaw?
that.
What flaw?
And that's about it.
Attributes,
That's about what
not flaw.
happened. What happened on the last Hopco Wanderhome?
Lots of cool things we saw. Boats and inns and foods.
It had good scenery, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the most amazing teas that have ever been brewed, if I recall.
There were issues with that. Yes, everyone wanted.
There are always issues with that.
Everyone wanted Bill. Wait, what's your name? Bill.
Bill.
To go to this lesson, like tea lesson, because you did some. What did you do at the very beginning that was weird? That seemed like you were only
Nothing
using
that I've done has been
Just
weird.
brewed the stems.
Oh, you're already in character. Good. Okay, so
It's where the most of the flavor comes from.
that's right. And you were encouraged to use other things, and it became a running thing, not issue.
So you left that town and went on with your journey. A little bit of time has gone by, and the sun is rising earlier and setting later, and the devil days have come. The Devil Days are the second month of the season of Bright, and it is getting very, very hot out. As the three of you wander to your next destination, I would like AJ to pick one thing this place lacks from the list. It's in our chat, but the options are: this place could lack parched soil, dry grass. Uh-oh.
Huh. Weird.
Did I do that?
Technical difficulties?
It's my fault. We're just going to fix it live.
Okay. So, AJ, this place could lack parched soil, dry grass, a calming breeze, or the cruel, bright sun.
Ooh. I'll go with the most difficult and saying I would long for a breeze, but I think that's what this place lacks, is a calming breeze.
Great.
I just long for a calming breeze.
So this place has parched soil, dry grass, and the cruel, bright sun. Okay. Crystal, I would like you to choose 2 signs of the month found in this place.
Okay.
Do you have the list in front of you?
Did you provide it?
I did. It's
okay,
in our
then
it's in our secret Hopco
then I
chat.
will in just a second. Which one? Which picture? Do you have
Last.
it, Andrew? The picture. Okay.
It's the last one. It's the Devil Days.
Choose what? What? Say it again.
You're choosing 2 signs of the month hidden in this place, or found in this place. I'm reading the first one.
Okay.
Hidden.
Hidden swimming holes sounds really cool. Sweat-soaked clothes, tart fruit juice, paper fans,
And Andrew, if you've got all your technical difficulties sorted, you may choose 2 as well.
Okay.
I think hidden swimming holes
Okay.
and creaky porch chairs. Apparently,
Great.
I want it to be like the South.
That's perfect. I was ready to do a Southern accent tonight.
One day, I'm
In
gonna
fact,
get the chance
I've
to
got
pull
a
that out.
character ready that was meant to have a Southern accent.
Yay!
All right, so we've got hidden swimming holes and creaky porch chairs.
Just because I know that it will be Aldo's favorite, lazy teens.
With all the kids in this world.
I know. Every
Oh
time
my
we met
goodness.
some youths about.
Lazy teens and
Let's see. It's either a lonely loot player or plenty of naps. Let's go with the loot player.
okay.
Nap sounds so good, but also like
It
that
does.
doesn't sound necessarily fun to play. But
All right.
I'll role play
so
a nap by taking a nap.
that is our description of the Devil Days, and the last thing we need to do is ask a question, which is AJ,
Yes.
would you please describe what Aldo is doing to try to beat the heat and answer the question, is there something hanging over your head?
Aldo is an owl. He is a great horned owl. Which, remember, it starts with great. And he has his wings up and his feathers poofed out and is kind of hoping for a breeze. I think every once in a while he'll waft his wings and kind of fan himself. And maybe it seems like he might be tickling himself a little bit. He might have his faded shawl over his eyes to block some of the sun out. And and I think that's where he's at. Every once in a while, he will let out a little bit of a giggle. That he amuses himself. He keeps making up excuses like, "Oh, that must have tickled."
Hoo-hoo.
So you're saying no, there isn't anything hanging over his head?
Of course, there's something hanging over his head. He can't help but laugh at inappropriate times.
Yeah, but if he's telling
Something
himself,
about
there's nothing wrong.
well, he definitely tells other people that there's nothing wrong. He wouldn't. I think he would be wrestling whether, in fact, Alex the Pronghorn was correct or if she is nothing more than a wicked witch throwing around curses just because.
What did she tell you exactly, Aldo? Remind me or tell me for the first time. I don't recall which.
After I gave that lovely little mouse a walk home,
She was so sweet.
Miss Virginia, she was very nice. Delectable, some might say. I just happened to see that there was someone at the shrine, and I just happened to talk to them, and it happened to be Alex, and we had this nice conversation back and forth, and well, in the end, she called me a couple of names, and I whooshed it off and walked away. I was the better owl in this case.
So you just laughed it off?
Of course. I don't have to pay attention to her. Yes. Yeah. Can you believe that? Calling me names.
You both see
Ooh,
that Aldo has that mask again that he put on the statue. It's back in his possession. It was that morning after.
That's right. Something happened with the mask, but I don't remember anymore.
Believe that it's all white now, but I'm not sure. It's been a while.
There's dark lines above and below. The paint from summertime is gone. Because it was painted previously.
Garish colors in our
Mhm.
off-air episode.
And now it has dark lines above and below the eyes.
Yep.
I remember
Okay.
feeling like he was supposed, like something was supposed to happen under the statue after. I don't know. Is that a thing, or something was supposed to happen under the statue because of spells? I don't know.
Yes, according to tradition, I'll remind you
Thank you.
that yes, it's my place. I am great after all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That
That's the problem.
that they say, now it's just what they say, and whether it's true or not. I am not a tea person, nor am I a spellcaster like some witches. But they say that picking herbs at twilight versus during the day will give it different properties, different flavors, and stuff like that. So, whether you believe that or not,
The tradition of the statue was that you had to leave an offering.
there was that.
But Alex gave you your offering back.
Yes.
As the three of you walk through dry fields, what is Hope doing to stay cool? And is there something hanging over her head?
I know she's feeling like she's been doing a lot of introspection between the last town and this one, just journeying and journaling and kind of doing her little. She's been less talkative, I think, on the journey. Like maybe if there's a little dirt road that we're following, that she's kind of a few feet off, like walking through the grass, kind of more quietly on her own than being so talkative. Or yeah, but I don't know about what specifically might be hanging over her head. She's just feeling different. Maybe she's growing up.
There doesn't have to be something hanging over her head. You can answer no.
So there you go. Ki- have we already described like what our scene looks like specifically? What's around us, or is that our
We
job?
have not. That is, we will be choosing that momentarily after we find out how Bill is staying cool in this hot weather.
If we're being like still, like I don't really know what the scene is for how she would be acting, but if we're
I
just
think
seeing...
you're moving along the path,
Oh, okay.
making your way to the next town.
Oh,
In dirt clods.
then she's merely, when we come to little streams or whenever there's water that's clean enough, she's putting her super long scarf in some water and wrapping it around her neck to keep cool.
Bill?
Bill always has something hanging over his head since he's seen some things in his life. I think there's some constant worries in the back of his mind, some things that he's vigilant for. But he does his best to just kind of put it off to the back. He's pulled the hood of his cloak up way across the front of his brow to try and provide himself as much shade as possible. But of course, being badger and being furry, that means that he's going to be pretty insulated in there. So he's cut 2 holes in the hood for the ears to pop out so that they can catch the breeze and hopefully cool a little bit. He's definitely panting a little bit as you stroll. The years have made him so he's just getting up on there in terms of years, and so his wanders are a little slower, particularly in the heat.
People have dice on them, D6s. If I recall, last time we randomized our places and it worked surprisingly well.
Indeed.
All right.
Here's one.
I would like everyone to roll a D6 2 times.
Take
And
care.
give me each number.
I should have Chaos Mod roll for me.
We can do that. We can have our viewer roll the dice for you, AJ, if you want.
I got a
Yeah,
4.
someone roll the dice for me. Are you there?
Lost
We are
opportunity.
in
he's
chat.
here.
The privileges of joining us on Discord. There's always a link to the Nightcast Discord. If you're seeing this later on YouTube, you should join us here. You can roll the dice for AJ.
That'd be great. Sometimes.
Sometimes. It's not a promise of every time.
No, I give that away. All right, 5.
All right, we got a 5 from Chaos and one more.
2.
Hey, buddy. Was that a 2 from Andrew?
2 from Andrew.
Did you already hear my 4 before earlier? I had a 4 and a 5.
4 and 5 from Crystal.
Thank you, Chaos.
Three was my second.
What was it, 4-3?
I was 2-3. Crystal
2-3.
was 4-5.
Okay, so this place is let's get another one from you, Andrew. We had hello last time.
6.
Hungry.
We doing 2-6?
2-6.
Oh,
Unless-
weird. Okay.
You need me
Great.
to replace it.
All right, and we're just
Yeah.
waiting for a second roll from Chaos. But this place so far is a swamp
Ah,
and a palace.
Womp Palace.
a swamp palace. Oh, okay.
Swamp, palace. Graveyard. Did we have graveyard last
I
time?
feel like we did, but
We've
I
had
don't
graveyard.
know.
Graveyard was 2 ago. That
Mhm.
was the one that wasn't on
Oh,
recorded. So let's do that one again. I'm sure it'll be different this time. All right. So with our swamp, we're gonna start with swamp. That was you, Andrew.
Okay.
So that is 2, 6. Oh, look at that! It just jumped to the page when I clicked on it. All right. So a swamp is a place where the air is thick as mud. I can't imagine that a swamp during the devil days is a
Ugh.
pleasant place to be.
Why would we stop
Uh,
there?
because apparently there's a palace here. So
Graveyard Palace.
in our swamp, this place can always describe the heaviness of the world. This place can always show tension caused by stagnation. And it can always bog someone down and give them a token.
Pun intended.
Uh-huh.
So heaviness, tension, and
Bog someone down.
thank you.
And I'm dropping screenshots of the pages in our
I do
private
appreciate
chat
that.
so you can reference them.
Amazing.
I'm reading along.
Okay, so AJ and Crystal,
Mhm.
you two get to choose our 2 aesthetic elements, and Andrew, you can choose our folklore.
Okay.
Ooh. Mm, I like worms. Wriggling worms.
Wriggling worms.
I almost went with a sinking feeling. I don't know what to do with that yet.
Darn. Do we go?
Trixie
Little-
spirit.
Oh, I was thinking of the pungent stench.
No,
I thought you were going
don't
with
make it
pungent
worse.
stench too.
Well, I think that we have to go with the pungent stench. As much as I want a cunning and tricksy spirit offering to help, a stinky bog is
No.
something that we could wiggle with. Yeah, a pungent stench and wiggly worms.
Wriggling worms.
Why are we here?
It's on the path of the wheel. It's the next stop.
Do you guys know what Texas is like right now?
Is it full of wiggly worms and pungent stench?
The 3-year-old did find a worm today.
Did she eat it?
No, she put it in the compost pile.
Nice.
What's it going to be, Andrew?
I'm torn between treacherous lights deep in the dark and something of my own invention.
Do we need to come back to you?
What do you think of inventing?
I will hold on to my invention. It'll be the treacherous lights in the deep dark.
That sounds cool. Do you think it means like deep, dark, like distant through the woods, or down deep into the water? Like
I think we'll find out.
vertical or horizontal?
All right, so our next nature is graveyard, which was 5, 2. And AJ, you are going. Oh, let's start with the top. A graveyard is a place of death where the lost are buried. This place can always describe the weight of the past, show someone disrespecting the history of this place, or ask, "Will you tell us a story no one else could tell?" You get a token if you do.
Can y'all hear that?
AJ's. Yes.
Sorry.
AJ, since this is your place,
Uh-huh.
you may choose the folklore. And Andrew, and when Crystal gets back, you two are in charge of the aesthetic elements.
Okay.
Let's see. Choose one folklore about this place. The options are a candlelit council and their warning, the day the dead danced with us, the mist rabbit and her rictus grin, something else of your own invention. What is rictus? I don't know what it is, but I want that one.
I think it's like rigor mortis. It's just
Sweet.
a grin stuck. Yeah, the last time we played Graveyard, we had the day the dead danced with us.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that in our about our episode that no one will ever hear?
It
Do you
was
remember?
a
Do you remember what that ended up being?
I got some notes. Yeah. I remember it was it was fun. It was let's see. We went on a journey through like the bogs. We crested over a bridge into these little islands that stretched out, if I remember right. And on one of these mounds, there was an ancient graveyard, and they were using some of the tombs and mausoleums on their houses and whatnot. It seemed like stuff on top of stuff. There was an old curmudgeon. He was a possum, Stanley. He was very upset at they weren't recognizing the old gods, if I remember right.
Yep.
And
He didn't like the new traditions.
yeah, and there was parades and face paintings. Oh, that's right. They were celebrating the Bloom Queen when he was celebrating
The slobbering god.
the slobbering god. That's right. That was awesome.
What did I
That's where
miss?
we
AJ's
got our
just talking about our secret episode that disappeared to the sands of time.
Our own personal legend.
Yeah. Crystal, you are choosing one of the aesthetic elements, with Andrew choosing the other.
Of the graveyard?
Yep. AJ chose the folklore, the mist rabbit, and her rictus grin.
such a cool word. I need to start using that word.
Cool.
Ooh, rictus grin.
I'm going to go with melted candles.
Melted candles.
Did I already do mysterious lights?
Yes.
Can I? They just called to me.
Rictus grin is looks like it's a band.
Is it a metal band?
Aren't they all?
Rictus means an
So it's-
open mouth.
That's what it
The
means.
mist rabbit and her metal band. Is that the folklore name?
Yes. All right. Yeah.
I want to do something of my own invention. I'm going to
Okay.
go with not a deep and profound silence, but like some kind of sound, like an instrument, like wind chimes or a flute or some kind of relatively pleasant but mysterious sound.
We did already decide that there is no wind this season.
Oh, I forgot that. So that'd make that cool, right? To have mysterious wind chimes with no wind.
Oh.
Cause it's a sound where you don't know where the sound is coming from. You hear it, but you don't
Okay.
see it.
Mysterious
Well, this-
chimes.
What?
Mysterious chimes.
Let's do it. Mysterious chimes.
And what did you choose, Andrew?
Melted candles.
Nice.
All right. And our last nature was a palace. So a palace is a place ruled by power. It is beautiful, yet empty. When you arrive at this place, decide who claims to rule it and who really rules it.
Oh.
Did the other ones have something like that I did not read? No. Okay. Okay. So since the palace was yours, Crystal,
Oh,
you
was
get
it?
to choose our folklore,
Okay.
and Andrew and AJ are choosing the aesthetic elements. And while you decide, I will say that this place can always describe the stunning splendor of the world, can always show the aftermath of conflict between its two rulers, and can always ask, what here makes you feel small? And you get a token when you answer.
None of the folklore are positive. I was like, what?
Maybe you need to come up with something of your own.
Yeah.
We're playing Wanderhome. Other than tea, what positive stuff has there been other than us delving into our characters and dealing with lots of trauma that they
You've-
deal with?
You've met some really nice people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's all the friends you've made along the way.
They were really cool
That's
people.
right.
I just thought there'd be one that was not super dark. I guess they're not super dark, but
I mean, maybe the crumbling dynasty
Yeah,
of the
that's-
floating mountain is
maybe.
extremely positive because the floating mountain were terrible.
oh,
The
I
king
think
who killed a
about
god. How could that not be,
garbage.
a bad thing?
crumbling.
I'm going to pick many colorful flags.
Okay.
Didn't we do that? Never mind. It was a different place, not a palace.
I should have spoke up. I was going to say that. Well then,
Well,
let's go with Too Late.
I feel like you have to counteract the swamp somehow for this palace.
I wanna,
Mhm.
What do you guys think this
Then-
palace looks like? What's it like made
Well,
out of?
It's got many colorful
they're-
flags around it.
And they're full of glorious halls.
Glorious halls. All right.
And, it-
glorious halls.
and it's in a swamp?
Yep.
Do you think... Is it a ruin?
It's occupied.
It says yet empty. It is beautiful.
Well,
yet
Well, you
there's
know,
too many
you
glorious
picture a
halls to fill
palace,
full of
it's-
people.
Yeah, it's just big and empty and echoey. And there are a couple people standing by a door, and that's about it in each room.
What's some cool folklore? Just something about like why it's empty. I guess I'll go with the throne of crystal and its many lies.
The throne of crystal and its many lies.
Which am I allowed to like make up more of that? Or do I leave
I
that?
think we'll get to it
Okay.
if you have ideas. Yeah.
Are we spelling crystal with a K?
If you want to pretend it's made of German glass, yes.
So now we the three of you see this swamp stretched out all around you. There's tall grass and few trees. Trees off in the distance. Maybe like mangrove trees with vast root systems. And ahead of you, there's a large building or group of buildings that you know is the next place that you are heading on your long journey. Can anyone think of a name for this town?
The swamp town? Like that
Mhm.
Stonemeyer.
Stonemeyer. Is that a board game company?
Oh,
think
it
it
might
is.
be. I think it's something I've heard before, so it
my
may be
brain
a
was
bad
like
name.
Bogmire, and I was like, that's too like
All right.
cliches.
So Stonemeyer, as you begin to approach this place, you see large gray stones jutting up from the swamp. The path bends upward, going up towards the stone, where many colorful flags flutter in the hang limp in the windless air. This place is dry. Even the swamp is dry at this season. The ground close to the path is cracked, and you can see just little bits of wet mud beneath the cracks. As you approach, you hear chimes coming from somewhere. You can't tell where exactly, but it seems like they're coming from here and there all around this place. You want to tell me what the buildings look like in Stonemire? Previously, we've had buildings built into trees. We've had fairly normal seaside buildings built on a dock. The impermanent buildings of that marketplace we went in our first
within the ruins
journey.
of the castle.
Yep.
I think these stones have a lot to do with the houses. I think the stones I think the houses are almost like what look to be like almost mausoleum types, like old big slabs of stone with big stone roofs, and it's mortared and thatched in. Almost looks like if you were to like build a house at a Stonehenge, but like a little bit smaller.
Oh, cool.
Cool. As the three of you head into town, this path switchbacks twice, and you can hear the sounds of an instrument playing off in the distance. It seems like everybody is indoors right now to stay out of the heat. As you travel into the shade of some of these stones, the coolness of the earth and the what could this place remind you of? I feel like there's something there. The heaviness of those big rocks weighs and sort of cools. It just feels cooler.
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan for this place? Are you just moving through? Was there something here you wanted to learn about or see?
I'm going to look at what are some of the things that we can always do here.
Things we can always do here.
There's a lot.
Describe the heaviness of the world. Show tension caused by stagnation. Bog someone down. Give them a token. Describe the weight of the past. Lots of heaviness and weight. Show someone disrespecting the history of this place. Ask, will you tell us a story no one could tell? Describe the stunning splendor of the world. Show the aftermath of a conflict between two rulers. Ask, what here makes you feel small? Give them a token.
I think since it's the first thing that we hear in town would be where that music is coming from. Since everyone else seems to be hiding indoors, only a fool would be out here. And as everyone knows, I am a great fool. I shall see what else they are doing. Aldo is not a great fool. He is actually a very majestic type of being.
That's what Aldo says.
Super wise.
That's what he says.
So what do you say? What do you say to? I feel like Bill, after a a long walk would probably want to find a place to sit down and relax in the cool under the stones, rather than go wandering more to try to find some fool sitting out in the hot weather playing the lute.
For sure. Bill's after he's going to try and head to the center of town. Surely somewhere around there will be the well, perhaps with a palace around a fountain, something that might have something that he can wet his cloak a little, find a place out of the sun. Maybe make some tea, but tea's too hot right now.
Iced tea.
Iced tea.
Do they have ice in Haith?
Of course.
Possibly. So Bill wants to head to the center of town. Aldo wants to look for this mysterious lute player. What does Hope want to do?
I haven't gotten a good feel yet. I should have, but I really just want to follow along and see. No, I want to go to the palace. That's what I want to do when it's like convenient. I feel like we're not at the palace yet, right? We're like
You're close.
like we just got to the outskirts of town, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, a second ago, my kid came and talked to me at the door while you were talking, so I might have missed a detail.
Okay.
Having a hard time.
All right. So who's gonna win this one? We've got Bill and Aldo wanting different things. What? You stop at the edge of town, and what do the two of you say?
It's pretty hot here. I think I gotta get off. My dogs are barking. I need to find a place to sit down. Shall we head to the center of town, see if they've got a fountain or something?
Well, I do hear a lute. I figured that person would know the best place to get relaxation for your dogs, so to speak. Don't you? Any fool who's out and about at the this time of day should know where one can find the best place to be.
I think we should just follow the road. I mean, anybody who's out and about playing a lute is either playing it in the coolest place, which would be the fountain center of town, or they're a maniac and they are out in the sun playing their instrument.
They're walking on a road looking for a nice, cool place.
We're walking on a road looking for a nice, cool place.
Oh, that's
if we didn't
right.
bump into a lute player, then they're not playing in the right spot.
Aren't we all looking for a nice, cool place? Couldn't.
I just assumed that a local playing music right now would have the best information.
Maybe he's at the fountain.
All right, I think we got to call a quick break. Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
Stop talking.
We are going to call a 10-minute break. Be right back.
Maybe it'll
Sounds
be
good.
5. That'd be great.
Let's chase sunsets together like never before. 'Cause if we catch them, the grey skies won't matter. And I heard they say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say, they say. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. Let's chase sunsets together like never before. 'Cause if we catch them, the grey skies won't matter. And I heard they say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say, they say. say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. Let's chase sunsets together like never before. 'Cause if we catch them, the grey skies won't matter. And I heard they say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say, they say. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough.
Ready.
And we're back after that short break from our messages, at least on Discord. YouTube just got music. You guys are missing out if you're not on Discord. So where were we? Did I win the argument yet?
Absolutely.
So
was
before we
easy.
continue, I would like to just put a reminder of some of the few rules of Wanderhome out there.
Thank you.
And some notes about tokens.
Mm-hmm.
You get a token whenever you inconvenience yourself to help someone. Give away something you hold dear. Pause for a moment and get some rest. Leave an offering to a small or forgotten god. Speak your true feelings on a subject. Take a moment to bask in the grandeur of the world. Describe it to the table. Take a moment to watch a tiny moment of beauty and describe it to the table. Or take a moment to marvel at something no one has ever seen before and ask the table to describe it. So you can do any of those things at any time. Bill has argued to go to the center of this town outside this large palace. The summer heat is beating down. The sun is high in the sky. Aldo has agreed.
Yes, let us go. Take a moment for us to rest.
And
The rest are doggies, as you say.
And
I
Hope
agree.
is tagging along.
for now, yeah. What did you want to do,
Yeah.
Aldo? What were you arguing for?
Oh, I was arguing for. I wouldn't say arguing. I would be either way. I would say I would like to go listen to that lute player and see what they have. After all, what's the point of wondering if we just spend time by ourselves?
We gotta meet new people.
Do we always have to
But-
meet new people?
Oh,
These
yes,
gravestones, this large swath of graveyard. I'll be honest, guys. I'm feeling a little small, and I would just like to sit and cool off.
Where do you think the lute player is?
I don't stop that again.
I was just curious. Where did you think he would be? Where do you think that sound was coming from? If not the center of
Oh.
town at the fountain.
Oh, over there.
Okay.
Over there.
Oh.
But at the moment, let's cool off. My feathers are starting to feel a little moist.
Dude, birds don't sweat.
No, I know. That's why I'm concerned.
We've been over this with Peck extensively in the other place. Birds don't sweat.
I could use a drink. Let's
All
go.
right, so
Let's go. Go on.
the three of you begin to head towards the center of town, leaving this lonely lute sound behind. As you move through the large stones, you can see the big heavy doors on the outsides of them are open, revealing dark spaces inside. The stones all have colorful overhangs made of light cloth that shade the streets, and sitting in front of them and many of the open spaces are people in creaky chairs rocking back and forth, trying to get a little bit of breeze in this cruelly hot weather. You make your way towards the center of town. As you do so, you see large stones. I mean, we've seen lots of large stones already, but these stones are carved stones, gravestones, headstones, many of them taller than a person, and some of them leaning this way and that, leaning against buildings. And when you get to the center of the town, you see the well with a lot of people around it. And covering the well, fallen on top of the well, is one of these large gravestones. People seem irritated, irate. It's so hot. They don't have access to their water.
Do you think it fell there? Why is that there?
It looks like it fell. I wonder how we get that. Oh, I could really use a drink of water.
Hmm.
Yes. Well, how's are you feeling strong? Can we budget? Lever it?
Lever.
Want to
Maybe.
lever it alone, but
So Hope wanders over to one of the many crowded people and says, "What's going on? Why is the well covered
You
up?"
wander to a chameleon. He says, "This thing just fell on it. Nobody here's strong enough to get it off except Martin, and no one's seen him in days.
What is Martin?
Martin's just a big ox."
Ah. Hmm. Well, maybe go on.
I think uh, who's the ruler of this place? You all have to decide.
Not Martin.
No, not Martin.
Not Martin.
Who claims to rule
A
and who
baboon.
really rules?
Benny the baboon.
Claims to own the place. Like Big Louie from the Jungle Book.
So there's a baboon who claims to rule.
Yeah.
nice.
He's just a bully.
We're gonna say that he's the
Yes.
he claims to be a prince.
That's right. He thinks he has a long, like somewhere in his family, some right to it. No one else agrees.
What
And
did you
who-
call him?
Who really rules? I want to call him Roderick.
Not Benny the baboon, apparently, Andrew.
Roderick the baboon.
You're so good at names.
Well, I already
Wait,
have a
didn't-
Ben in my
Oh, that's
in
right.
my list.
Oh.
So.
That's right.
Shouldn't it be Broderick the baboon?
Yeah, it's Roderick the baboon.
Broderick.
Broderick.
Oh, Broderick? No, it's Roderick. Broderick is his father.
He's broader than Roderick. Who really?
King
And
Broderick.
who really rules this place?
An unseen, mysterious prince.
Is it like an unseen mysterious prince, or is it like somebody who actually takes care of the people here?
That too.
Like
just
is
does it
there
without-
somebody that everyone knows and goes to for help who might be like if not like an actual ruler, somebody who takes care of the people here?
Oh, okay.
I like
so-
the idea of, well, unless you already don't have, maybe Martin the ox is in fact the ruler. You know,
Martin's just a big ox.
You know what?
I know.
It
but-
could be Martin. It could be
but-
Martin based on what I've got about Martin.
You look at Martin, oxes are like servants. They're, you know, the ones that help the people, and you
the
know,
servant heart.
he's
Servant
like
leader.
the servant king.
So people regard Martin as somebody important, somebody they look up to, both physically and in other ways as well, because he is much bigger than everyone else.
The natural, reluctant leader that
Yeah.
presents himself.
So this chameleon says that baboon Roderick, he could send his guards or somebody out to take care of this, but he doesn't do anything at all.
Where's well, I guess you know. I'm new here. I was thinking maybe he doesn't know there's a problem. We should go.
Oh,
Where does
he
he
knows
hang
there's a problem. He's right up there.
Oh,
Points up at the palace where you can see some shapes, people moving in the windows high up.
wow. I'm sorry. Do Do you think enough of us could equal one ox, guys? Or, like Aldo was saying, you guys feeling tough today? Should we go find Martin?
Where was
Well,
Martin last seen?
Is he in the well?
I think we'd know if he was in the well. Martin was last seen a couple days ago at the there's some pre festivities for what's the holiday.
Is there another festival?
It's coming up
Yes.
in a week or so. What's it called? Yeah, the Day of Song. Day of Song's coming up in about a week. They were preparing for it. They were doing an elaborate orchestral performance, and Martin plays the mean banjo.
Of course he does.
But he was that was the last time anybody saw him.
Maybe he's with the lute player. We could-
Oh, you heard Desmond?
Is that who it is?
Mm-hmm.
It sounded nice. We're new here. We just came in on the outskirts there. We
Well,
heard something.
Welcome to Stonemeyer. Wish we could be more hospitable to you, but
Nobody has
So
any.
what-
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you can't be hospitable and you can't offer us anything because we're all running low on water because there's a big rock over this and we have a festival coming up which we were hoping to see. That's kind of what we're doing. We're kind of on a circuit of festivals as per,
As you
wonderful
do.
as it is.
we don't have any fresh water. Yeah, there's some swimming holes around the edges of the town, but none of that's suitable for drinking.
Is it suitable for swimming?
Oh yeah, it's suitable for swimming. That's probably where you heard Desmond.
Oh,
A bunch of lazy kids out in the edges of town. Nobody wants to come here and help.
I guess we won't be going to swimming holes. Next thing you know, they'll be badgering us. Sorry, they'll be bugging us about doing all sorts of things. Would you say these holes are suited well enough for us to cool off?
If that's your fancy, yeah, I'm sure they aren't all completely full at this time.
I'm really feeling like doing some creative problem solving here. I don't think we should just leave the well. We should try to help open it. Anybody got some rope?
Oh, we've got Danielle over there. She's pretty learned. She's coming up with a plan. If we don't come up with if we don't find Martin.
Wonder what her plan is.
Sounds like plan number one is find Martin. Maybe we should go look for Martin.
Agreed. I asked if we should do that. Nobody said anything. Do we think he's
The answer
out by-
is yes.
Do you think let's go back towards the lute player and maybe he's playing banjo with him? No. That doesn't make sense. If he's been lost after working at the festival, who knows what happened?
Well, if no one here has seen him, then let us go look and talk to these teenagers, and that way we can have our friend Bill here cool off a little bit, cool his dog, so to speak, and then we could be on our way. I'm sure if these people haven't seen anything, the teens might have seen something.
The youths, they always see what's going on.
Yes.
Well, if you find him, be sure to come back. Bring him back here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So to a watering hole where the youths are and the cool water.
Ugh, the youths.
I like how you say that. How are your
So
feet
the three of
feeling?
you head back through town.
I suppose.
Sorry, Bill. Seems like we have to go find that lute player after all.
Well, nothing can be done about it. Might as well get this done with as quick as we can. Bill's eyeing one of the empty rocking chairs as they walk past.
Aldo puffs himself up just a little more. He's trying to get more airflow as he walks. Let's be quick about it. That way we can, get some airflow under our feathers, fur for you, feathers for me.
I'm antsy to get going. I prance on ahead.
You get back to where you started. The music gets a little bit louder. It's coming from off the path. You're gonna have to clamber over some big rocks to get over there.
No prob.
I want to know how each of you do that.
With my spry cat-like bounces.
Yep.
As you do.
I think Bill and Aldo stop at the wall and the big rocks and look at it and sigh a little bit.
I want to look down from above and be like, there's an easier path around the side. As she looks at them, seeing like they don't want to do this at all. And I'm like on top. Just go over there, guys. There's a little path this way.
Bill definitely was tapping the hilt of his sword and wandering back and forth at the base of the rocks, giving it as thorough an inspection as he can to find the easiest path over. And then he'll head in the direction that Hope pointed.
Aldo was looking to see how well he could climb Bill to get a boost up and over. But
You have
yes,
wings.
yeah, we'll waddle around to lower parts of the wall.
Yeah, and the three of you make your way around the wall to this small, almost alcove. The big rocks hang over, and there's a big mangrove tree growing from the swamp with its many roots. Hidden in the roots of the mangrove tree, that is where this music is coming from. And you see a what haven't we had yet? I mean, lots of animals. What is Desmond?
Lizard.
Something lanky.
Kind of lizard.
Like your lizard that you drew with the lute or banjo or whatever it was. You drew this guy. You did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a toad. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's been a few
No, it's
days.
fine. Yeah.
We had a
Taking a
toad
whole-
last time, so let's
We
keep
did.
it with lizard. He's one of those little
A
like
knoll. Do you have
one of those little
anoles?
southern lizards, those little Florida lizards. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's picking away at the loot. He doesn't hear you coming. There is a watering hole in front of him. It looks half dried up. You can see the usual level of the water on the rocks, and it's much below that. But this one is pretty empty, except for Desmond and one other person who's actually lounging on the rocks in the sun, enjoying the heat.
Ugh.
Wait, who's lounging?
Another person.
Another person, not the.
Another person.
Okay, not Desmond.
Bill tries to pick up a large-ish, hand-sized rock, and heaves it into the pond, into the water near our two relaxing lizard folk, and hoping the splash gets their attention. Have you guys seen Martin? We're looking for Martin.
They
I love Bill.
both start at the splash, and Desmond looks up, and he says, "I haven't seen Martin in a couple days. What Why'd you throw that rock at us?
You were just playing music. I needed to get your attention.
You could have just walked up and said something.
I'm so embarrassed.
Sorry.
It
Desmond?
was pretty
right?
effective.
It's pretty effective.
Yeah, I'm Desmond.
Yeah, yes.
Hi, Desmond.
Hi.
Sorry about that. I don't think he meant to splash you.
The grouchy badger, the laughing owl, and the sweet circle.
I'm just like, nobody likes.
It
to
is
get
quite a cast
splashed.
of characters standing at the top of this hill.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt your music. We are new to town, and we are
Clearly.
looking. Yeah, sorry. Bill's real thirsty, and we were just visiting your well, and we heard that your, what's his name, Martin, could help, but we don't know. But they don't know where he is, so we were just looking. We thought we'd try to help do some scouting while we're here. Everybody needs water.
Well, I haven't seen Martin in a couple days. Last time I saw him, he was down at the water hole on the other side of town.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
The
thank you.
other side of town, not this side of town.
No, the other side of town.
Bill looks over at his two companions.
We could just leave Bill here to soak his feet.
It's on the back side of the palace.
I've been wanting to see the palace. Maybe Martin's in there, in the palace.
Oh, nobody goes in the palace.
Oh,
Why?
It's just the prince. Prince doesn't have any visitors.
the prince.
Prince doesn't have any visitors because no one wants to visit him?
Probably.
And you don't mean that baboon guy we heard about up in the window, right?
Yeah, Prince Roderick.
Oh, he's the prince.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh. But does he have?
Anyway,
Mhm, yeah. So I'm going to bog you down for a moment and ask you several questions and interrupt you just for a little bit. I'm sorry to interrupt, but what is this place?
this place?
This
Stonemeyer?
is Stonemeyer. But there's something. I know our world is odd, especially after, well, you know. But this place is a little bit different. What do you know that we should know about this place?
great question.
Bill absentmindedly kicks another stone into the pond.
Stop throwing rocks at people.
If we're gonna stand here and have conversation, I'm going to pass the time.
Desmond looks at Aldo and sort of tilts his head a little bit. You know someone from here, don't you?
Didn't you have a story about running into a palace or something once?
No, come here.
Oh, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you. Come here.
Which one? Oh, yes.
Aldo.
Aldo comes closer.
The owl. It's pointing
Great
at you.
owl. Great owl. Great owl.
Turn around.
He puts his wings up and turns around.
And you'll hear a little creak from behind you.
And? Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Really?
you're gonna really?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you hear a little creak.
Is this the place?
What do you mean?
He's not talking
Wow.
to you.
I realize that. I talk to him quite often. Well,
I wasn't talking to you. I was telling Desmond you weren't talking to him.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, no, your friend's gone.
Which?
The one you call the nameless one?
Uh-huh.
No, he's back in his house.
Oh. Did he go visit him?
What? No, he came from here.
Oh. Oh. Well, we found him.
Where'd you find him?
That's a great question.
Really far from here.
Extremely far from here. Is this the one? Is this the one that Bill gave us?
It was talked about that's how y'all kind of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
this whole
I have
journey
to
is
go
about
back.
the nameless one because I wanted to join because he was helping him find someone and then he found you.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking over my notes.
Why does
across
Desmond
the
know
notes.
your little friend? And I look at Desmond. You know each other?
Oh, we haven't met.
You just know about all of Aldo's little friends.
He was calling out. Yeah. He wanted somebody to talk to him.
Oh.
Mm. Bill gave Lilt.
Although he doesn't talk
Yeah.
to you.
Rude.
I am narcissistic, and I know that he does talk to me, and I'm self-absorbed, knowing that I am the best person to be talked to. Therefore, I will lie and say that he does talk to me. Ish. I will add the ish at the end.
It's a curse going.
How's the curse go?
He talks to you, huh?
So yeah, he's from here.
Oh my.
It's nice of you to bring him back.
Well,
That was the
Well,
plan.
in the end, that's ultimately what we're here for, is to find homes for all of these godlings. And, well, if the nameless one wishes to return here and be here, that's
Wonderful.
that's fantastic. Yep, just fantastic.
You can call him Lumen.
Well, that would be nice to know their name.
There isn't one already named that.
No, there is Zenith, Nadhir, Lilt, Dulcet, and Gnarl.
Oh.
Lumen.
I thought there was one that had a name that sounded like light. Nice to meet you, Lumen. I whisper
Zenith?
towards the direction.
You hear the door creak partway open. And then creak closed.
So we just needed to call you by name. We would have been happy to talk to you the whole time.
I could tell he's shy.
We've known that for a while, yes.
Desmond, do you have a... Has he been specific on telling you where he would like to be housed?
He sort of tilts his head for a second. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He continues tilting his head and looks at you. You get the feeling he's sort of non-verbally asking you a question about what you feel about all this.
Oh, well. I
You
just
have you have to spend a
Hey.
token to not answer truthfully.
Yeah, we got that.
Okay. I just want to make sure that it is the nicest place for Lumen to be. I would hate to not have Lumen around. He is a wonderful companion and he brings much joy to me. And, but if this is in fact where he wants to be, then what choice do I have other than to allow him to be home? If that's in fact where he wants to be. It
Once
wants
you'll
to be.
find out.
Why don't we ask him?
Very well. Uh, Lumen, as per usual, just, to knock twice if this is in fact your home. If not, just, we'll keep with our standard nonverbal verbalization of how we like to talk to each other. Excuse me.
Knock
Perfect.
twice.
Perfect.
Knock twice if what?
If this is where he wants to reside.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You hear that little door open again. It stays open for a little while. And then, for the first time, you hear two little knocks from that little wooden box on your back.
Oh, we're so glad
And
you're
then
home.
The door creaks closed.
Okay. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay. Well, he gets his rope and he unfastens it and
What?
Wait, did you?
Desmond pipes in. I
Mhm,
don't think
mhm.
it's. I don't think it. I think he meant this somewhere here, not this exact place. I haven't seen anybody like him here.
Oh,
Wait, did you
well,
ask if it was his home or if this is where he wanted to be? What did you ask specifically?
great question. I think I asked if this is where he wants to be.
Oh, is that what you were answering, Mark?
Mhm.
Okay. Darn. I was hoping he might hang out with us a while longer.
Well, unless, of course, Lumen, you were saying that you would like to remain with me in our travels through this land, then of course you could stay with me. Who wouldn't want to? All the things we get to see together, right? Knock twice for yes, you would like to stay with me on these travels. Well, there you have it. We'll find him a place around here somewhere.
A really great place.
Desmond, do you know of any old shrines that would seem fitting for a wonderful ancient godling?
You want to find the deep dark.
Oh, that does not sound like something I want to find.
Maybe he could illuminate it.
There are others like him down there.
Hmm.
Ooh, well then, that seems perfect. No, it does not. That's a lie. I have no desire to go to the deep dark, but I will because that's my job and that's what I've been called to do. Therefore, I will do it, and I will do it greatly.
You're a good guy, Aldo.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Desmond, where's the deep dark? Have you been there?
I have. It's hard to find. It's
Is it like a cave?
it is, but it's never really in the same spot twice.
Oh, one of those.
Mhm. Yeah, one of those. But,
Nifty.
I've got the feeling that you're going to find it today.
You get a lot of feelings, Desmond.
I do often, yeah.
That's part of our station.
So anyway, starts plucking on his lute again.
Bill throws another giant stone into the pond just to pass the time,
And just to annoy the teenagers.
to annoy the teenagers. And anywhere out of the sun is better than here. Let's go find this dark. Maybe Martin's there too.
Yes. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been nice talking with you.
Desmond nods as you leave. The three of you make your way back over those large rocks, retracing your steps back to the edge of town. Are you heading to the other side of town, on the other side of the palace?
Where are we going? Where's the deep
that-
dark?
I think Bill's walking confidently towards the other side of the palace, assuming that Martin and the deep dark are over there.
We're going to find everything at once, all in one convenient place.
And you might. As you go, would anybody like to do something
Tokenish.
to earn themselves a token?
I'm just excited we know the nameless one's name and want to like talk to it and stuff.
Hmm.
Is that a thing?
It is. It's
AJ, does Aldo want to speak his true feelings on a subject?
Does he ever?
Aldo want to speak his true feelings on the subject.
Does Hope want to take a moment to bask in the grandeur of the world and describe it to the table? Does Bill want to take a moment to watch a tiny moment of beauty, describe it to the table?
He wanted to pause and get some rest.
It's true, but you're not letting him.
As a player, I would love to earn a token, but I think that Bill has gone full veteran mode on it. In order to get some rest, he has to complete the tasks. So
You are inconveniencing yourself to help someone else.
that's true. I'm helping everyone at my own inconvenience.
What a good
Take a
guy.
I was
token.
helping you find shelter for inconvenience. Okay. Yeah. Aldo does pause. In the shadow, he pauses for a moment, arms behind his back, and fumes for a moment.
Keep up, Aldo.
All I'm saying is for months and months and months, I care for them, I talk with them, I show them great things, and some punk teenager with a lute, a stinking lute, talks to him. Talks to you, Lumen. After all these months, you have done nothing but open and close that door, slamming it on me and this Echo. What is it? What was he? He was a chameleon.
He's
Just charms
he's
you
a
right off the
lizard.
bat.
Yeah, little lizard.
Little lizard. I have to say, I am not feeling myself at the moment, Lumen, and I don't like it. I don't like it. You make me feel small at this moment, or I allow myself to feel small at this moment because of the situation we're in. I haven't decided which one it is. Either way, I don't like it.
I think the heat's just getting to everyone. Not that your feelings aren't completely valid in this situation.
Thank you. My feelings should have validation. They don't feel like it at the moment.
It's a little weird that guy just came in and started talking to our little friend without knowing anything about him, but now we know that Lumen is Lumen. That's good.
Thank you. That is a silver lining.
You may take a token.
It's a bitter token.
You hear a little ways ahead of you. You guys are falling behind.
Thank you, Hope.
Yeah. Do you think he wants to talk to us like he talked to that guy? Or you? Maybe he's been waiting for you to have a conversation. He just wanted to be addressed by name.
Well, how am I supposed to find out someone's name if they're not going to speak it to
But
me?
now you know, and now you can try. You could try to talk to him. Remember, people want to hear from you, Aldo. You have things to say.
I do have a great many things to say. You're right. Thank you, Hope.
Do any of you have on your character sheets anything that even remotely says you can communicate with something that can't normally talk?
I feel like I do that through dance somehow. Some animals or something. I'll look it up. Anything specific you're
Yes.
looking for there, Mark?
Lumen literally cannot talk, and Desmond
Oh.
has the ability to speak with something that cannot talk.
He's like some kind of mind reader. I can dance with an unfamiliar place to listen and befriend, or wild creatures to calm and rejoice.
Mm.
I think I took, can I take you somewhere you've never been before? I have that ask.
Ah, yes, like with Gnarl.
Yep.
Okay. And the three of you continue across town. You find yourselves in the shade of this palace. What does the palace look like?
That thing Chaos put up earlier.
Ooh, what was it? Oh,
Like
I
a
missed that one.
stone carved pretty thing.
Oh, the
Like a mausoleum?
Yeah. Like I think that was supposed to be for like dead things, but it looked like it could be a cool stone palace.
like Maz Kanata's place.
Mm-hmm.
Since there's some folklore around, I believe, a crystal throne, I think that the palace should have some like monolithic quartz and things like that, stones to go with the
Oh, yeah.
aesthetic of like Stonehenge, but with kind of opaque, polished gems.
So like what if it's like carved out of like a granite dome, but then like on the interior there's even more like when you have mines, like quartz and gems and stuff inside
Sure.
the granite dome palace thing.
Oh, like it has crystals that that illuminate on the inside,
That's
like
cool.
Illuminating is
almost like
cool.
skylights.
That's way cooler than what I was saying.
Well, like when you get like the different stones together in the holes, you would have like crystals or glass or something.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but that sounds really cool.
Okay. Is it tall or is it short?
It's got to be big, right? I feel like that
Yeah.
was...
It's tall.
You said there were
Cool.
lots of rooms to make it feel empty. So
Yes, many large halls.
And it provides the shadow and shade for part of the town.
Yeah. But right now, its shade is being cast out over the empty swamps. You can hear the sounds of cicadas and some strange sounds, almost like chimes, wind chimes coming from somewhere.
I do wonder where that's from. It's a nice tune.
Is this also covered in flags and banners? Or
There
is that the
are
town?
little banners here and there. They appear to be maybe placed by the people of the town rather than the people of the palace. And as you get to the other side of town, you see more rocky outcroppings and with small half-empty pools of water. There are people sitting around them in the shade of the palace, and some in the shade of mangrove trees growing from the split earth.
The split earth. Oh, yes.
Cracked earth.
Mhm, with the wet
the-
mud underneath
Mhm.
the cracks. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What are we trying to
But-
do? Go on.
We
Trying
need
to
to
get to
find
the other,
Martin
swamp.
or the deep dark.
Mhm.
Bill grumbles and begins tapping his walking stick on the rocks, listening like he's like beating the grass and fruitlessly just meandering while trying to look observant.
There are some people sitting outside their homes on their rocking chairs that creak quietly under them, looking out over the swamps, the forests off in the distance.
So we heard there's a swimming pool behind the palace,
Yeah, you can spot them from the spot where you're standing.
and that was the last place Martin was seen.
There are a couple down there.
And we want to go look and see if there's information there. So let's skirt this palace and find out what's behind it.
And you see the swimming holes down in the rocks.
As we
Yeah,
get
they're
closer, Bill's definitely looking for another rock. You guys have a different way of wanting to introduce yourselves.
The one closest to you, you can hear the sounds of people having a good time. You see people jumping off the rock ledges of this town into the swimming hole, and splashing, and other people just lounging in the shade, and a few reptiles lounging in the sun.
Aldo pauses and goes, let's just pause for a moment and listen and see if we can hear anyone discussing something before we interrupt them.
Hold that rock, Bill.
That's going to be really difficult for Bill.
Okay. Now hush. Can you hear that? The sound of children.
And more wind chimes?
And cicadas.
Oh, the cicadas. Just
What else
terrible.
do you hear?
You hear the screech of a hawk talking to somebody. You hear the tremolo voice of a turtle speaking with somebody else.
What are they talking about?
The turtle is nervous about the lack of fresh water. He's he doesn't seem unhappy. He just seems he seems like it's a big problem, and he feels like he should be able to fix it, but he can't fix it. And the hawk is speaking with somebody else. You look and try to find them in among the people, and you see that he's speaking at someone rather than speaking to someone, and making It's almost like he's telling them about their day.
Little bird.
Well, I'm not hearing anything specifically about Martin. I just really like this view up here from. I know the town's kind of in trouble right now, but the swimming pool, the swimming holes here, everyone seems pretty happy, and it's really pretty. The water's clear, even though you're not supposed to drink it. Apparently, starting to wonder.
It's a lot of people in it.
It's just kind of neat to stop and pause and see people, a town alive and under the shade of these mangrove trees and the little dragonflies zipping around over the water.
Token.
Battle tokens.
Or.
Okay, so we've paused and we've listened.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pause for 1 second.
Certainly.
Let's chase sunsets together like never before. 'Cause if we catch them, the gray skies won't matter. And I heard they say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say, they say. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. Let's chase sunsets together like never before. 'Cause if we catch them, the gray skies won't matter. And I heard they say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say, they say. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world, she'll find herself if she looks for long enough. They say when a girl walks the edges of the world.
And we're back.
Yay.
Okay.
Aldo paused and asked people to hush, and can you hear that? And they get a token if they try their best to hear what you do. So
I really
Does that
wish
count?
that Bill and I were on the same page, because tokens are great, but Bill is just anxiously waiting for the moment where he can interrupt the largest crowd at the pool to ask them if they've seen Martin.
So does anybody listen? Bill, obviously not. Does Hope listen?
Oh, I thought you said I didn't hear Hope. I thought you were asking Bill something. Yeah, I was listening, and
Yeah.
then I was admiring the scene, but I said I didn't hear anything.
Mhm.
But then I heard the hawk saying something about his day, and I decided to listen a little closer because I'm curious if he might know anything about Martin.
What is Aldo trying to get people to hear?
His hope is to get people to hear other people talking about their day and hear things other than what we want them to hear, what we want them to speak.
You hear a splash as a blue jay jumps off a high rock into the water, and you hear a llama taking care of her child.
Llama and llama leans.
In like a pleasant way?
Mhm.
That's good. There's like, when you're at the grocery store,
Into that
people
water.
are taking care of their children, and you're like, stop yelling.
And
Bill grumbles
where
to himself,
Wanderhome
this is
got
getting
dark.
us nowhere.
What does Bill do?
Oh, he's just
Grumble.
grumbling to himself, this is getting us nowhere. He heads to the outcropping, the rock that the blue jay and the others are jumping from into the pool.
Yeah, that turtle who was talking about the well earlier is standing on the edge, hesitating, looking over the edge, and no,
Oh,
Do it.
it's not.
it
Do
takes a
it.
step forward and looks down and takes 2 steps back and takes another step forward. Peeks
Fortune
over
favors the
edge.
bold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to jump? Sorry if I'm in your way. No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Look, his
You first.
I
so
just-
nice.
I had an announcement. Bill takes his walking stick and hits the rock a few times.
I jump aside 2 steps to distance myself from you.
Keith, here. We're looking for Martin. Has anyone seen Martin?
Who do we want to answer?
Aldo is quiet and he gives Crystal the look.
Hope.
Crystal?
Or Hope.
He breaks the fourth wall.
He breaks the fourth wall.
The llama looks up, and asks,
The llama mama.
What do you who are you? What do you need from us?
I think you all have seen the well. The request has been to find Martin so that we can all have a nice drink of water. And I'm certain that all of you, like myself, I'm ready to have that. And so I'm not sure why none of you have gone looking for Martin if he's been missing for days, but I'm determined to find him. Has anyone seen Martin?
The turtle says, I'm sorry, but I think he just wandered off. People do that, you know?
Do they? And why do you think that?
Well, you're here. Where did you wander from?
Oh, touche.
Did anyone see the direction Martin wandered off?
We heard he was here last by somebody at the other side of town. Did anybody here see him pretty recently or hear what he might be doing next? After helping with something about the festival here?
The hawk walks up to you, and as they do, everybody sort of gets back to their business.
Uh-oh.
And the turtle looks at the hawk, and it looks over the edge, and looks at the hawk, and chooses the edge, and jumps off into the pool.
Oh no.
Just like a turtle. You walk up and they jump in.
Hello, my friends. You have come on a quest.
Yes.
I think the 3 of you are going to find what you are looking for, but the journey is going to be very difficult and dark.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Would you say the journey will be deep, dark, Michael?
Oh,
That'd be convenient.
touche. I hear you've heard our local folklore. Maybe.
Could you tell us more about that folklore?
Oh, the deep dark, the treacherous lights. Oh, they lure people away.
Away?
Uh-huh.
Away, away.
Where
People
do they
get
lead
stuck
them to?
down in the deep dark because they can't find their way out. That's why they call it the deep dark.
Have you ever been there?
Oh, no, not me. Ben over there has, though. He points at a little chipmunk who's looking very,
Chipper.
very frantic. running around.
Why does he look frantic?
He's a chipmunk.
He's a chipmunk.
Okay. Got it.
And an owl or a hawk is looking at him.
Uh-huh.
Do our people eat each other here?
No.
Just eat.
So he doesn't
bugs.
need to be nervous. Anyway.
Oh,
Everybody's a little nervous about this hawk, though, for some
Yeah,
reason.
he sounds like a tour guide. Like he wants to sell us a tour.
You, my friend, and he looks at Aldo.
Mm.
You are going to lose something precious to you today.
I feel that. I feel that deeply in my bones.
And you, my little cat. I'm not getting much of a read on you.
God.
But big badger boy. It's gonna be a long day for you.
It's already been a long day. That's pretty easy to see.
Well, fine.
Can you tell us how to get to the deep dark? Sounds like you know.
Well,
a
you
little
have
bit
to
about
not be looking for it to find it.
it. Well, right now we're looking for
Oh,
Martin.
for heaven's sake.
So we're we're looking for Martin. So maybe we'll stumble across it.
It's possible.
Does anybody ever come back out of there?
And-
You know.
Huh?
Mm.
Mm.
Can't say if I've ever seen anybody come out, but there's stories.
Okay, thanks.
So, what are you hiding, friend?
That's
Oh,
just-
I'm not hiding very much. Maybe just a little bit. Oh, I see vague futures, that sort of thing. Most people here are afraid of me because I tell them the truth.
we're interested in truths.
Most people aren't. I'm not sure you really are.
Hope is interested in truth.
I could tell you really you don't want to, Anyway,
You got a name?
I'm Michael. I think I already told you that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was
Do you
thinking
have a
about the
name?
deep dark. I was just.
So did you come over to answer his question? Have you seen Martin? Oh, you said he wandered off, maybe.
Oh, I saw him a few days ago, but that was more of a vision than anything else. I
Oh.
saw him.
What did your vision show you?
Well, it showed me him in town, helping somebody somehow.
I hear he's good at that.
He is.
Well, thanks. If you don't know where he is. And I'm like, well, I really am eager to get away from this guy.
If you want to find the deep dark, I would suggest lighting a candle tonight.
Tonight. But
After the
not-
sun sets.
But not look for it.
No, just
Just
light a candle and take a walk.
We like walks. I like walks at night. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome. You all look like you could use a swim.
As a matter of fact, you are absolutely right.
I only like to get my paws wet.
Excellent. Well, then here, hold these, and this, and hold this, and hold this. I've had enough of this conversation, and I don't need anyone reading me at the moment.
Oh, there's a quieter pool around the bend around that big rock. If you wanted to, it's
Oh, maybe we
there are a
were at the
lot of
wrong
them
pool.
this season, but they're all a little low.
Aldo backs up to the edge and hops into the water.
Fully clothed.
Well, he took a.
He-
All his
Cup-
things on his back.
No,
he took a.
I'm holding them for him. He made me
I
hold
told
them.
her to hold it.
Okay.
It's one of the things I can do. I say, hold this and hold this and hold this.
Do I get a
And you
token
made
for-
Hope
for-
hold all of your things.
And I was kind of like, and I'm
Well,
gonna
if you're not going
tiptoe-
swimming.
I'm gonna tiptoe through the shallow end to wet my little feet.
Don't get my papers wet.
Of course not, obviously.
And what does Bill do?
He calls out to Ben. Ben,
Uh-huh.
come here.
Okay. what's going on? Hey,
Yeah.
what's who's this? Who are you? You're not from around here.
Well, name's Bill. It's
Hi, Bill. I'm Ben.
Hi Ben. You might have heard we're looking for Martin.
Oh, I'm kind of busy right now. What can I help with?
Well, there's some rumor that Martin's headed off towards the deep dark, and that
It's a little dangerous. I don't know if I want to do that.
why don't you tell me what you know about it? Maybe you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, the deep dark's a scary place, and people get stuck there. I don't know if it's real or not, but that's what they say.
Oh, rumor had it that you'd seen it before.
Oh, I don't really talk about that.
Can you talk about it a little bit?
I don't really want to.
Okay.
What's Ben again? Sorry.
Ask him.
But what are you hiding, Ben?
Oh, jeez. I found it one time.
Oh.
That was scary. I didn't go very far in. I just held onto the rope, and
There was a rope.
it was a dare.
Oh, well, we've all been there, getting dared for all of that. How did you come across it?
The way everyone comes across it, I lit a candle in the middle of the night, and I took a walk, and it was there. It was an opening in the side of in the rocks, and it was bad. There were these little dancing lights. I thought I saw someone smiling in there.
Oh my! You're scared of smiles.
No, just creepy ones
Oh,
in the
creepy
dark.
ones.
As you
I don't really like talking about this.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information. I appreciate it. But what can you tell me about Martin?
Martin's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like my best friend. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
I wish he was.
I get that a lot. That impression a lot about Martin with most folks. Here he's pretty helpful. Did Martin have any reason to light a candle and go off looking for the deep dark?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what's down there. Maybe they say the crystal throne's down there, but I don't know why you would want that.
Not in the palace?
Oh no.
Really?
Oh hi.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
I'm Ben.
I was just listening over there. I'm sorry.
Ben, this is Hope. She's with me.
Hi, Hope.
Hi, Ben. Interesting story. I'd heard about the throne, but I assumed it was in the palace.
No, I mean the throne's a story. I don't know that it's really real. They say it's down in the deep dark, and if somebody sits on the throne, they're the real ruler of this place.
Wow.
And all the swamps.
But nobody wants to go in the deep dark, even though that's
Well-
where you could become the ruler?
Most people think it's not real.
Sorry.
Thanks, AJ.
That was awesome.
You seem kind of skittish, Ben. Could I make you some tea?
Are you good at making tea?
I'm the best.
I don't drink much tea. We don't get it around here.
Oh,
Really?
you're in luck. I could even put this teapot here out in the sun and probably
Do you,
Is it a
steep.
little hot for
some,
tea?
do you have some fresh water there, Bill?
No.
Got my canteen.
Okay.
You're really gonna waste water like that
It's not a waste
in
for
this
a friend.
economy?
Ooh, they say a warm tea will cool you off in the midday. It'll help you sweat. For those of you who do sweat normally, well, I wouldn't say normally. I would say through your skin, it will help.
I'm
They
picturing
say.
that
I just pant.
Aldo's saying that while doing the backstroke in this
Mhm.
pool.
Excuse me, Turtle. Excuse me. Thank you.
Hey, okay. I might be able to help you find the deep dark tonight.
Really?
Oh, that would be most
I
appreciated.
don't want to go
Ben.
in though.
You don't. I kind of want to go in. I'll do it. Especially if there's a rope. That's convenient.
Yeah, it's not that long.
How do you know where it ends?
don't know.
What do you do around here, Bill? I mean, Ben. What? Whoever you are.
A little this, a little that.
Are you okay?
I just don't like talking about this.
Okay.
Had a bad experience. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Sure.
We're here for you, Ben. It's gonna be okay.
Michael makes me nervous too.
Well, you don't have to deal with him anymore.
He keeps saying things to me.
What kind of things has he said to you?
He says I'm gonna get it. He says I'm gonna get terribly, terribly lost.
Can see why you don't want to go to the deep dock then.
Yeah,
But
I don't
It's all
like
the-
candles at all at night.
You what?
I don't light candles at all at night anymore.
That's okay. If you're at home and sleeping, it's okay.
Is it?
I don't know.
I need to go cool off, I think.
I would like to spend a token and have Bill ease Ben's pain, if only for a moment.
Great.
Just feeling for Ben.
How does Bill do that?
Bill kind of reaches into his cloak and he pulls out a small little bag of it's like half trail mix, little nuts, little it's a lot of ingredients that Bill wants to steep to make tea.
Bark.
You know, nuts. Like you do.
Nuts and
Does-
stems and leaves and things.
does Bill start giving it to him one by one?
And he just shows them his cheeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just here, take this, Ben. It's a refreshing mix of things. It's gonna be okay. We appreciate you having your help this evening.
He starts to breathe normally. And he sits down. Cheeks filled with nuts. Okay.
Did you give him some of that ashwagandha that we found?
Okay.
Ashwagandha?
You know I don't catalog this stuff.
Not the herbalist, just the tea maker.
Better that way.
What?
It's better
It's
that
better
way.
that way. Excellent. So, I'm cooled off. What next? Thank you, Hope, for carrying my stuff.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Do you have a nice swim?
It was lovely.
Good.
I guess we're gonna go stare at a dry well until the sun goes down.
No, we're gonna. Oh, until the sun goes. Yeah. Wait, no.
Nope. We have a shopping montage where we have to find candles. Unless you have a candle.
I don't keep candles anymore.
Obviously.
I have a old dish that is always filled with golden light. Does that sound?
I don't think that'll do the trick.
Me neither.
So we're gonna.
I don't like looking at it anyways.
You could. I think the inn's got room. We could talk to Penny over there. See.
So we need the lights to find the place. You think the deep dark?
You need at least one candle.
At least one candle. Okay. You have any good beeswax around?
Ben, lead the way to Penny.
Okay. He leads you to the llama with her child.
Perfect. You made such a good impression on her, Bill. Mama llama.
Yes, Mama Llama. Are you Penny, correct?
Yes, I'm Penny.
Hi, Penny. I'm Aldo. This is Hope, and this is Bill. We are in the market for candles.
Candles. Oh, I have an inn. I can give you a room for the night. I suppose it has candles in it.
Well, I don't want to just take your candles. Well,
And you said
I'm
she
sure
had
we'll need a room
candles.
also, right?
Of course.
I mean, if we come back from the deep dark tonight.
Well, I wasn't going to let her know that we're going to the deep dark
I
unless she
whispered
has
that
an...
covertly. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Hope was just thinking it very loudly. Yes, Penny. One room, please.
We're kind of at the swimming hole right now, but if you head up to the inn, it's right in the square, where the well is. My wife Olivia's working today, and she can check you in.
All right. Let's head to the inn.
The four of you head up to the inn.
Mhm.
What do you talk about with Ben on the way there?
So, Ben, tell me a little bit more about Roderick. You had any experience run-ins with the so-called prince?
Nobody sees him except up in the windows. He doesn't do very much. He's got some guards. I guess he fixes the roads every once in a while.
Oh,
Is that entrance to the palace somewhere around here?
Yeah, it's right. You can see it from the well. Once we get to that square, it's just, a little way down the road.
I guess he needs those roads fixed to get people to bring stuff to him if he's never going to leave the palace.
Yeah, the taxes are pretty high here. I guess he employs the sheriff. I don't know. I don't know what else he does, really.
Employees.
Except takes
sheriff.
taxes and fixes roads and collects tolls.
I feel like we need somebody with an arrow and that can steal from the rich and give to the poor.
I hope I'm not sure it's wise for us to openly discuss assassinating a prince. I'm not sure we need an arrow.
Anything about hurting anyone?
Okay.
Redistribution? I don't know.
The four of you get to the square.
Didn't go the way I meant.
There are some people trying to push the fallen monument off the well, but to no success. You see that there are some stones crumbled around the edges of it, and the wooden contraption that let the bucket down is broken in pieces around it.
Oh
But
no.
nobody's making any leeway on the project. And a lot of people are just sitting on their creaky chairs watching.
So Ben, what do you think we ought to do around here while we wait for nighttime?
Well, a lot of people around here just, like to sit, take in the summer air. If you listen closely, you can hear the buzzing of the bees off in Meadowlark a couple miles away.
Well, that sounds nice.
We got some books if you want to read.
What kind of books do you read?
I like speculative fiction, personally.
I see. Do you think that? do you think Penny's Inn has like dinner?
I'm sure they can whip something up for you.
Rustle it up even.
Yeah.
Do you
This
love your
guy.
character as much as I do?
the best. He's the best.
Finally found someone for you to latch on to in this game.
What do you mean?
The
Finally.
nervous chipmunk gets us every time.
Desmond didn't do the trick.
What were
It's Ben. It's always been Ben.
It's been Ben.
What was he supposed to do?
Thought it was going to be the chameleon. Nope. It's the chipmunk.
It's the voice.
Oh,
It's the
yeah.
ang- you know.
Everything's difficult.
I bet that's what you wrote, right? On your post-it. That's his slogan. Everything's difficult.
Even speaking.
So hard.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we should probably just take a break, take the afternoon to cool off a little bit, and then we can have tonight to do the scary stuff.
Where do you want to meet us at our inn? We'll go
Okay.
get checked in or something.
Yeah, I'll be there when the sun goes down.
Okay. Come a few minutes before so you don't have to worry about walking in the dark.
Oh, you can't find the place unless it's fully dark, so I'll be there right when the sun goes down, and we can leave maybe 20, 30 minutes after.
Okay. I just meant, yeah, never mind. It's fine.
It's fine,
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
I can do it. I just won't have a candle.
No, I'm saying come and on your walk, enjoy the sunset on your way here so you're not walking in the dark, and then meet us there, and we'll meet right before it gets dark. So we'll be
Okay.
together. We'll be there with you before it gets dark.
Okay, see you later.
Okay, bye.
Take care, Ben.
Guys.
He runs off.
Best character ever.
I'm picturing the Moe's run from The Office.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Uh-huh.
If Ben the Chipmunk were a person, he would be Mose. Oh. I was literally crying.
Yeah, I have tears.
You're
What
so
do you do
good.
with the afternoon?
I want to talk about an idea I have.
okay, excellent.
But where are we right now? Are we just in the middle of town, or should
You
we-
tell us where
Ye-
we're at.
He
Okay.
dropped you off at an inn.
Okay, we're at Penny's Inn. Let's go get in our room. We're in our rooms, somebody's room. And okay, so I'm thinking, and maybe it's already crossed your mind too, but I'm feeling pretty good that we're gonna find this place. And don't you think that if you need light, sorry, if you need, stop with the. Okay. Anyway, if we need candles, what if we don't need candles? What if it's Lumen? What if he can be our light and he knows what's down there and his people are down there and he can be like our tour guide and everyone? I'm really excited for Lumen to come with us. That's all. Because he'll find his people and maybe he'll light the way or something.
I see what you're saying. I think I understand what you're saying. But I think there's a couple of things we need to take into account. One, we don't really know the history of this place, so we don't really know why or who or what or all the other ones
Hmm.
of why he would want to come back to this place. Two, I'll confess it to you two.
You're not looking forward to
Me and him don't speak as well as him and Desmond do.
Not yet.
All that to be said, that I am not as good as I always let on when I'm dealing with these godlings. Just saying, I'm not the best. I'm great, but not the best.
It doesn't
And
necessarily.
if we want to talk to him, I think we would have to go back to Desmond, which
I
would be
didn't like
fine.
that guy.
Well, I didn't have a problem with him.
Sure. It's okay. We're all friends here.
I didn't have a problem with him. I had a problem with my lack of ability when it comes to talking with the godlings.
That was a lot of honesty right there. That must be really hard.
It is not easy. That being said, if you would like to have Lumen, I don't know if Lumen is in fact able to illuminate, but
Just, I don't know, symbolism and all. Little lights and smiles. It
Mhm,
just seemed, it just seemed right. Well, Could-
yes,
could-
I see what you're saying.
but I know you're not eager to split up with him, for him to leave us.
Yeah.
But maybe that doesn't have to happen tonight.
Oh, well, the hawk already foretold it. I would lose something dear to me. So it would only make
Oh,
sense that
yeah.
Lumen would be the thing that would go. But,
Oh, that's hard.
oh, yeah. On the other hand, if it's its time to leave me, so be it.
Doesn't mean it's gonna be easy.
Nothing ever is.
Hmm. I really want to help, but I don't know how.
Hmm.
It's inevitable. That kind of sucks. I mean, stinks.
Kind of both. But you might have a good point. I do have. No, let me rephrase that. With me, us, is Zenith, is another little godling, and it is a god of a single sunbeam. Now,
That's what I was thinking.
if Lumen, this ancient god that I've had for a while now,
Mhm.
is hurt, maybe it needs a little help to get itself going again. Maybe it's lost its spark.
You think Lumen's hurt?
Wow. Could be. It could be.
Are you okay in
It's been
there? We're talking about you.
uh-huh.
You hear the little creak of a door open.
Is that a good sign, Aldo, when he opens the door?
And then it
It's
closes.
It all depends. Like that's pretty neutral. He hurt himself and they were talking to him, and that was kind of when it slams at the end, you know that he's rather upset. He will reach into one of his feathers and pull out Zenith, the little god single sunbeam.
We haven't described what Zenith looks like. We've described what Lilt and the nameless god, who's now known as Lumen, look like, but not Zenith.
I just assumed it was like a prism rainbow from like on the wall.
I think
Assume that.
it keeps Zenith in a little charm box, and I like that idea of it being like a little crystal, a little prism crystal. That
So you open the little box and
uh-huh.
you can hear the sound of chimes from inside it.
Was it Zenith all along?
No.
Different chimes.
Yeah, different
Mhm.
terms. Zenith, do you think that you would be able to illuminate Lumen here? See if, in fact, Lumen needs a little bit of light to get itself going?
You hear Zenith's chimes. I don't know if how do you think Zenith communicates?
I think you're right with the I like the chimes, but I also think that it will intensify and
He's basically Tinkerbell.
Maybe it projects like reverse shadow puppets.
oh, that'd be sweet.
Oh,
And then it
like dappled
project-
light through leaves, like
yeah,
shapes.
yeah. You open up the little box that
Mm-hmm.
Zenith is in and hold the little prism up, and on the wall the dappled shapes of Lumen's little house-shaped box show. Um, and the inside is dark. And I think you get the idea that Zenith cannot help Lumen because Lumen does not need help.
Well, it was worth a shot.
I just want to talk to Lumen so much more.
Excellent. Well, here, hold this.
Yes.
There you go. Have at it.
Are you sure? Are you okay with that? I meant like you can ask. Why don't you ask?
I do all the time.
Oh, right.
I don't. I can't talk to it. Like Desmond can talk to it. I don't have that ability.
But we could try something else. Lumen. We understand that we haven't been able to speak to you like we would like to. But we know you do the knocking thing and the door thing. I don't even know what I want to ask you. I just am excited to know who you are and that we're close to your home. Do you think you can help us and light the way in the dark tonight? Is that something you do? Knock twice for yes?
So you're holding this little house.
I'm so
It's
honored that I
got-
get to hold it. I feel like unworthy.
It's got a tiny arched door on the bottom and a little steepled roof and a little circle window up in the what, gable.
Mhm.
Um,
That sounds good.
The
what
pediment.
else does this thing look like? What color? Is it like natural wood, painted?
I think it's like a, not redwood, but it is like a red cedar that's been lacquered. So it's got a, yeah, I think it's red cedar that's been lacquered. Almost Oriental shrine like. I was trying to find my note on
Mhm.
what it looked like, but I can't seem to find it.
As um, as Hope looks at it, the little door swings open with a creak, and she doesn't hear anything from inside. She doesn't see anything inside. It's just dark.
Hmm.
And you get the feeling that whatever Lumen is inside there sort of inclines its head at you, even though there's nothing there. That's just the feeling that you get, as if it's asking you a question, asking you for a truth about yourself that you keep from everyone.
Ooh. So Lumen's really deep.
Deep dark.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. We
You can withhold the answer, but you have to spend a token.
no. You're right. I haven't told you much about who I am. Why would you talk to me or us? We haven't told you much about ourselves. And I do come from kind of a I have a background that I haven't really talked a lot about. I don't know if you want to know all about it, but yeah, what I feel a little silly. Lumen didn't really say anything, but I just feel like he wants to know, I don't know. it wants to hear more about us or me for some reason.
Probably you.
I don't like to talk about it, but it's kind of a dark, I had a dark childhood. And I don't know if I want to say a lot more about that now. But I want to get to know each
Aldo
other.
puts his wing on your shoulder and looks at you and gives you a nod and of comfort and understanding and goes, This is what it's like carrying these guys around.
They ask you this stuff all the time.
Pretty much all the time.
Wow. I'm trying to remember what was the question exactly that I thought it was asking.
Something it wants to know something true about
True.
Hope
True.
that she keeps from everyone else.
Hope is where the thing that's true about my journey is that I worry that I'm not ever going to really find the place that feels like home. But that's why I'm really excited that we found where you're from, and I hope it's a good place that you want to be home again. That's my truth. You want to help us find your home?
Or stays open.
It's funny, I felt like I had so many more questions. And now that I have you here, I don't really know what else to say. Aldo, what have you wanted to know from him? Our friend.
Pretty much that. It's what we've been looking for. We've been looking for a home for him. Well, I haven't had a name for a long time for him, for the godling. And so now that we do have a name, it's almost, tragic that I have to say goodbye, because if we're this close to finding its home, then that means that's one less. Well, that's the role. It's to find it comfort and a home, and it's never easy. Like maybe one day we'll find you a home, and leaving you behind will not be easy.
I don't want to talk
But-
about it.
Well, you too, Bill. Maybe
What?
one of the day we'll find this nice spot where we can sit and drink iced tea and just be.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
The afternoon continues on. The sun comes in bright from the windows as it begins to set. And before you know it, Ben has returned. You see him scurrying up the sidewalk out the window before he comes in and knocks on your door.
Come in.
Hi. I brought a candle.
Hey,
Hi, Ben.
that's some thinking ahead there, Ben.
It's really good to see you again.
It's not lit.
That's okay.
Okay.
We can take care of that.
What do you... what do we... Okay.
Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Adventure, Ben.
Oh, okay.
You want to hold hands? Do you want to
I
dance
don't
on
know
our way there?
why
Do you like to
I'm doing
dance? Does it make you feel better? It makes me feel better.
Doing what?
Dancing? Do you like to dance a little?
Oh, I'm not much of a dancer.
Okay. Sometimes it makes you feel better. Do you want to dance with me? We could dance on the way there.
Okay. I guess.
Just a little.
I'm not good.
Here, take my paw. We can kind of just skip a little. It just helps you feel a little bit better. Show us the way.
The four of you exit the inn. The goat Olivia at the counter greets you good night as you go out. The well is still covered. A couple people stand around it with hands on their hips, just looking at it. There are some lights on in the higher levels of the palace, and the four of you go out. So, what are we looking for then?
I thought you'd tell us.
Well, we're not supposed. You can't find it if you're looking for it, so we have to look for something else.
Oh, right, you're so smart, Ben. Looking for Martin.
And we're looking for two things, I think. One is, yes, the ox known as Martin.
Mhm.
Poor Moon.
And second is, we have a small friend here who is from around here. I don't suppose you know the history of this place, but I think that it might be home in the deep dark.
Oh, the only thing that lives down there are the treacherous lights.
The treacherous lights.
What makes them so treacherous?
Well, you follow them and you don't come back.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty treacherous.
Yep.
Maybe just someone goes out the other end. Maybe it's a tunnel and there's another goes somewhere else.
Okay.
That's my
I
hope.
thought we were gonna dance.
Yep, we're skipping along. Keep moving your feet.
It's okay. This doesn't feel like a dance. It just feels like I'm running.
Okay. So she stops and she grabs both of his paws and then they spin around. And then she stops him and it's like, this is going to be fun. And we're here together.
I don't have very much fun.
How can we change? Let's change that tonight.
We could
Keep up, you two.
change it by not looking for the deep dark.
And she half wants to be like, you can give us your candle and go home. But she doesn't say that.
I think Bill has taken the candle since Ben mentioned he wouldn't light it or anything, and has gotten it lit and is holding it aloft and is marching aimlessly away from the center of town, kind of taking lead of the group without knowing where to go. I think that he's taken the fact that if you're looking for something, you can't find it to heart.
You're just
And so-
marching along.
Yeah, because he's an old soldier. Marching is a thing you can do. You don't always have to know where you're going. And so he's just
Taking your
marching
marching
until
orders.
something else happens.
I
What
think
is
in
Aldo
that,
doing?
I think he's walking right behind Bill, and as older men, they find a lot of their time being quiet and just being and walking, and there's comfort in that. But at the same time, it's one of those times when if things are going to be at the end, certain questions should be asked. And like, I think as we're walking along these big stones, Aldo asks Bill, he'll go, "Hey, Bill,
Mhm.
tell me a story that no one else could tell."
Mm.
As we go to this deep dark and with these treacherous lights, I almost feel like I'm always the one focused on myself, and I don't give you enough focus. Can you tell me something that no one else could tell?
Mm. Probably. Bill kind of walks in silence for a minute, not denying the request. I do know a story. And now Andrew has to figure out how to tell the story.
As you begin to talk, you can hear the sounds of crickets off in the swamp. The sun went down with the clear sky above, and the stars begin to come out. The sounds of people from in the village, you can hear the sounds of children complaining about their bedtime. You can hear the sounds of Michael somewhere off in the distance screeching a prophecy to somebody. You can, as you walk by houses, you hear the creaks of rocking chairs and front porches, the nervous sound of that turtle talking about something that he doesn't have any control over. You can hear the faint sound of a lute somewhere off in the distance, and always in this town, the sounds of those chimes.
And after a long pause, Bill begins to tell the story of the young heiress and the cruel prince. And he recounts it as a tale of a small town or city that was coveted by this cruel prince. And the heiress had just inherited. She was quite young. And the prince decided that he would take the control of this city for himself, for his kingdom, for his rule. And the council of the city decided to oppose such action. So the armies formed and marched to the field. And as the armies clashed, the young heiress saw the violence and decided that better to surrender than to see her people, her kith, fall in battle. And so she called for peace. But the bodyguard she knew all her life could not accept such a thing and stood sword ready in the battlefield, unwilling to surrender. The heiress argued with the guard, told him it was not his decision to make. She was in control, and that he was breaking his vow by preventing the peace talks. She labeled him a traitor to the city and had his own people arrest him. The heiress surrendered to the prince. The city became part of the prince's kingdom. The bodyguard vowed to rescue the heiress who had been taken mysteriously away by the prince and to restore her small city to her once again. No one knows what happens after that. They say that the heiress is still missing, the guard is still searching, and the prince is still ruling. And the story trails off a bit after that as kind of a lackluster ending.
The two of you concentrate on your story, and by the time that it trails off, you find yourself at the edge of the swamp down below the rocky face of the hill that this place is built on, and not paying attention to where you're going. And in front of you, there's a cave mouth filled with lit candles with wax dripping down onto the rocks. the entrance to the deep dark.
Oh, it seems we have arrived. Does this look right, Ben?
Yeah.
Is there indeed a rope that you
There is.
follow?
Walking to the entrance, there's a ring, an iron ring, connected to the, or bolted into the stone, and tied to it is a long rope that's coiled on the ground.
Aldo looks around in silence, tilts his head, and walks right in.
Really proud of him.
Up.
Is it walking in, or do you climb down the rope?
Is it
It's
a hole or
walking
a
in.
cave?
It's walking in. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do we think Ben's gonna come with us? He's not gonna go in
Ben's
again.
not going to go with us. Bill's going to turn to Ben.
Okay.
And Ben, I have a really important task for you. I really need your help.
Okay.
I'm going to put this candle down here,
Uh-huh.
and I need you to make sure it doesn't wander off for us.
Okay. I can do that.
When we come back, we're going to need the light. So can you keep an eye on it for me?
Yeah, this sounds dangerous, but okay. Especially to go without light.
You make a valid point, Ben.
Well, it's gonna
Aldo
go.
calls out, "We have light. Zenith,
See,
you show us some light."
we'll be okay. We just need to keep track out here for us when we turn. Okay, Ben?
Okay.
I'm counting on you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, buddy. And Bill marches into the cave.
So Hope remembers that she can dance with creatures to calm them and rejoice, and wanted to have done that earlier, but kind of forgot.
You did that on the way here.
Yeah, exactly. But I got a little flustered there. So she takes his paws and she says, "Okay, it's going to be okay. We're going to be listening, and you have the candles here." And she's like starts dancing while she's saying this, and they don't even really realize she's just like looking at him like, "We're just talking and you're hearing me." But then they're kind of dancing around, and suddenly he's like, "Oh," and we're dancing. And then she lets him go and says goodbye and waves and kind of just prances down the way and hopefully leaves him with a little bit more of a smile than he did when he was feeling antsy. And she's really excited to go find out what Zenith looks like in this dark cave.
You leave him with his paws cupped around the flame of a candle. And as you enter the cave, you feel something you haven't felt in days. A breeze that normally, under normal circumstances, this time of year would be so welcome. But you see behind you the flames of the candles judder and almost go out. And had you been holding the candle that you brought, it would have very likely gone out. And you venture into the dark. Aldo takes out Zenith. You open the little box.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the light from Zenith, not as bright as normal. It casts light onto you and onto Hope and onto Bill, but doesn't cast light outward onto walls or the path of this place.
Because it's the deep dark.
This is a deep dark.
The light that it casts on Aldo as Hope looks back and sees it gives the dappled impression of this is not my place.
Lumen, are you ready to take over for Zenith? Can you illuminate this place?
You hear the little door creak open.
I believe in you.
You gonna take it off your back?
Yeah.
You take the little house off your back, and the door is open. You hold it facing forward,
Like a lantern.
and it sheds light on the shadows of the world. You see that you're in a cave. Distant in front of you, some long way down, you see little floating lights, little green yellow lights.
Thank you, Zenith. I will put you away now. You did great. All right, Lubin. Let's go see if we can find an ox.
What do you see carved into the walls of this place as you travel down the tunnel, illuminated by the light from Lumen's home?
I think on one side we see there's old, ancient, deep impressions of elements on one side, but every once in a while it's broken with what looks to be like if someone was to take their claws and scrape it off the walls, or if like a great worm or something smashed up against it and wiggled its way down, smashing the walls as it went. So it seems like there was a story at one time, but the story has been broken, and we can only catch glimpses of the glyphs that are on it.
Anything else?
You guys can come up with something.
I just keep looking for some kind of clue that there's a throne down here, and because she's secretly hoping that Martin has gone to rightfully find this throne so that he can make this place better and work out, and that it's all going to have a happy ending. But she hasn't seen anything about a throne yet. But that's what she's looking for.
The group of you continue down towards those floating lights, and eventually you come upon this place. Looking at the walls, you see little alcoves shaped like little houses. Most of them are full.
Most of them.
Aldo looks at those and looks at the little shrine that he's carrying. Do they match or are similar?
A few of them are different. shapes, but most of them are little steepled houses.
Mhm.
I just want to know how he got so far from here and why.
Great question.
We may never know.
Occupying these different shrines, Aldo will stop and knock on a door of a couple of one of them or two of them, and
Most of the doors are open. You knock on one that is closed, and it
Mhm.
creaks open, and a little glow shines from inside.
They're here.
Good evening. This is Lumos. I'm looking for where this might belong in here. And I'm also looking for an ox. If you happen to see an ox somewhere, heard they're really friendly.
You don't get a response. You
Point us in the right. Are we going in the right direction?
Knock twice.
let's see. The glow from inside pulsates once, and you see the lights that are floating here and there pulse, pulse, pulse further down the hallway, and other ones closer to you pulse, pulse to an open alcove.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. I assume Lumos goes here, and I think our friend is further on down. Well, our future friend. Aldo hesitates and as he walks up to this area where the alcove is, he gets kind of quiet and Lumos, that this is, I think, your stop. Okay, well, I'm going to just put you over here on the shelf, and I'll see you later.
You put Lumen's house in the little alcove, and the door creaks shut, and you can still see the light inside from that little window, the little circle window, and it pulses once and comes out of the window and up towards you.
Hey, so we're gonna go this way. You gonna come with?
It moves forward in that direction, beginning to lead the way. Because that is something Lumen can do, is lead.
I'm so glad we're still together.
I'm glad our only light in this whole deep dark cave is
Uh-huh.
with us.
What are you doing?
I mean, it's the right thing. I just figured we were going to be trapped in this cave for all eternity now.
You're doing great. Really proud of you.
The Lumen leads the way through this dark, dark cave. As you go, you begin to see crystalline formations up on the walls and shapes of white, yellowish gemstones popping up here and there. And eventually, Lumen leads you to a big open room with a big formation in the center and moves close to it, and as they do so, it glows with their light, and you see in it the shape of a large person with his head in his hands, his big horns sort of making a crown over his head. And he looks up as he sees the light. It's an ox.
Ah, here you are, Mark.
Hello? Is someone there? Who's there?
Oh, just some rugged adventurers. People in town said you'd been missing. We came looking for you.
He blinks his eyes and shields it from Lumen's brightness. I don't know how long I've been down here. Must have been hours. I'm glad you found me. I couldn't find my way out of here.
Well, we're here to help.
It's been days.
No, it's been a couple hours.
Well, they say the last time they saw you was a couple days ago. And I think since then, the monument was put on top of the well so the people couldn't refresh themselves.
What?
They need you.
They said
Stands
that
up.
the only person that can help was you.
He towers over the three of you, Hope in particular, and asks, well, do you know the way out of here? I can't find it.
I think we can help.
Yeah. At least most of the way. Until the light fades. If it decides to.
There's a rope. Earlier back.
Did you bring the rope? Were you holding on to the rope?
I really thought it was connected all the way down and that we were just like a railing.
No, it was coiled up at the top.
I thought that was one end and then the other end was I misunderstood. Clearly.
You're fine. You're not the only one that assumed that the
Yeah,
rope
nobody
was
grabbed that rope.
No,
lying on the ground all the
I
way down.
I thought
It's fine.
I did not grab it. I would have grabbed it, but I thought that one end was there and the other was going.
Mm-hmm. Fine. I'll just keep my feathers on the left hand of the of the tunnel, and
I'm sure Luma's going to help us out.
Yeah.
We'll just yell out
So-
for Ben and we'll follow his voice once we. It was pretty close at the entrance.
The
I'm just picturing
Group of
Ben getting
you.
really spooked by
Yeah.
the voices coming out of the cave.
Calling its name.
and you can't help
group
but
of
run
you-
in.
the group of you follow Lumen as the little god leads the way back. The
Prancing.
tunnels seem to twist and turn a lot more than when you found your way in. You pass that space with the many green, yellow lights floating here and there. You pass those carvings and the marks of the wriggling worm, and make a few final twists and turns, and you can see, barely puncturing the darkness, the candlelight from the entrance.
He
and-
stayed.
Hmm?
He stayed.
The candle did.
Yeah. Well, there were at the entrance there were a number of lit candles just sitting there along the edges. And yeah, you spot Ben, your chipmunk friend, and make your way out of the deep dark.
Martin, be sure and thank your best friend Ben here. He
And
braved a lot
yeah.
to help us come find you.
thanks for helping out, Ben. Uh-huh. No, it's not a problem. My pleasure.
We're so glad you stuck around and helped us. It was so helpful and brave.
And brave.
His chubby chipmunk cheeks blush.
Well, no use hanging around in the swamp in the night. Let's head back.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Take your time.
Lumen stopped about 15 feet from the entrance to this cave.
Aldo will go back up to Lumen and well, it's been a lot of fun having you. You gave me a lot of purpose, and I appreciate that. I hope you continue to cast such great light and lead people on in here, like in the good way. So, all right, Lumen. Well, thank you. If I make it back this way, I'll stop by.
Lumen pulses a green-yellow glow, and you get the feeling that almost like if Lumen was a person, they would incline their head and ask you, is there something true about you that you keep from everyone?
You of all people know the answer to this, and the answer is yes. Absolutely. I make myself out to be more than I am because I always feel that I am less than I am. While my name is, might be a great horned owl, I don't always act and feel great. So I often pontificate and try to make myself out more than I am. As was with my time with you. I am not the great caretaker that my forefathers are, but, or I should say, you have helped me see that in a good way, in a good way. So, yes, I often look to myself as greater than I am.
You feel a little laugh tickle your throat, then go away. Alex. Lumen brushes up against your feathers and then moves back into the cave, where it is met with other little glowing things in the darkness. Turning back, you meet up with your people. And when you look over your shoulder looking for the cave to the deep dark, it's not there because you're looking for it. As you get back to the center of town, Martin sees the big stone over the well and does his best, as the mighty ox he is, to move the unmovable. He pushes it out of the way easily, more easily than you could imagine. And there's a cheer from all the few people still hanging around this late in the evening. The sounds of people resetting the bucket and the pulley system, you can hear them all night out your window from the inn that Olivia and Penny own. Are you going to be hanging out for the festival at the end of the month, or will you be moving on?
I will be voting for moving on.
I would like to move on.
I'm gonna stick with my friends.
Hot days of the devil days continue, and Hope, Aldo, and Bill move on from Stonemire, leaving the sounds of chimes and cicadas behind them, with the road ahead of them. And I think that's where we'll leave them.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Good journey.
Journey indeed.
You sure you don't want to do a couple more months of Wanderhome?
I mean, we could play this forever. This is awesome.
Yeah, I know.
I really
But-
wanted to say
It's-
goodbye
it's
to
very-
Lumen,
it's
but I
lovely.
didn't want to intrude on the moment.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to call that Wanderhome for Hop Company. That doesn't mean that we have to stop playing it. There's the Nightcast Discord that we do live plays on that aren't live streamed to YouTube here. So you can join us with the link in the description. Also, be sure and check out nightcastcreative.com for the other podcasts and projects that they have going on, led by Mark there. You can also find AJ's art on Instagram at, AJ_Kimbal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
And the Dicey Cantina is additionally a podcast. You can find it at wherever you get your podcast or diceycantina.com for all of that stuff. We will see you next month for a new adventure, a new guest, and more fun. So until then, bye guys.